So when you think about the year 2026, it's easy to picture some kind of distant sci-fi fantasy. But here's the thing, it's not some far-off dream. It's being built as we speak, right now, in the silicon of our devices and the code that runs our lives. Today, we're going to go under the hood. We're performing an architectural autopsy on this emerging future. And trust me, what we find is going to change how you see everything, from your gaming console all the way to the global economy.
You know, we always imagine the future arriving like some huge tidal wave, right? A sudden, massive shift that changes everything overnight. But the truth? It's way more subtle than that. It's not one single event. It's more like a million tiny decisions, millions of lines of code, all slowly guiding us to a world that feels kind of familiar, but also profoundly new.
That future is being forged in the heat of innovation, hammered into shape by the architects of our digital world. Every single microchip, every new algorithm, it's another brick in the foundation of the world that we're all going to be living in come 2026.
All right, so let's get started. Time for that autopsy. We're going to peel back the layers of this world that's taking shape, starting with the devices in our hands and going all the way up to the invisible infrastructure that powers everything. Because if you really want to understand the future, you have to understand its architecture first.
Okay, so we're starting our journey at the most personal level imaginable, the gadgets we actually hold in our hands. This is where all that abstract talk about on-device AI and cloud computing becomes real, something tangible that shapes our entertainment, how we communicate, and maybe most importantly, our privacy.
So first up on the slab is the upcoming Wolverine game for the PS5 Pro. Now, don't just see the superhero in the claws. This is basically a Trojan horse for Sony's brand new PSSR 2.0 technology, and it is a complete game changer for real-time graphics.
The easiest way to think about PSSR is to imagine a tiny, genius-level digital artist living inside your console. So instead of just stretching a smaller image to fit your big 4K screen, it uses AI to intelligently paint in the missing details. The result is a stunningly sharp picture without that massive performance hit. It's a really clever trick that's about to become the new standard for everyone.
And this is where things get really mind-blowing. In the past, when a character got hurt in a game, it was just a cosmetic trick, right? Like a digital sticker slapped on top of the model. But with geometric destruction, every single impact creates a unique, dynamic wound. It's the difference between looking at a movie prop and seeing something real. And it's about to make our virtual worlds feel way more convincing.
Now that same AI revolution that's transforming our entertainment, it's coming for our pockets. The Samsung S26 is way more than just a phone. You should think of it as a personal AI node. It's powered by a chip specifically designed to learn, adapt, and anticipate what you need. And the whole strategy here is to create this super secure walled garden where all of your data stays with you and only you.
Get this, a 300% performance leap in its neural processing unit. That's not just a little spec bump, it's a monumental shift that allows the S26 to run incredibly powerful AI models right there on the device. This is a huge change in how we think about our privacy and our personal data.
So say hello to the cybernetic assistant. This is an AI that's going to know you better than you know yourself. But, and this is the key, without ever sending your secrets and private data up to the cloud. It's like having a personal assistant, a digital confidant, and a guardian of your privacy, all in one little device.
But look, these amazing new devices, they're really just the tip of the iceberg. Beneath the surface, there is a hidden war being fought for control of the entire digital kingdom. So let's pull back the curtain and see who's actually pulling the strings. Take Amazon. The recent move to pull back from making games might look like a sign of weakness, but it's not. It's an absolute masterstroke of strategy. See, they're not trying to win the game anymore. They're trying to own the stadium, the players, and sell all the hot dogs. And with their AWS and Luna platforms, they are well on their way.
And this is the end game. Someone called it a cloud dictatorship, and that's a pretty good description. Amazon wants to control the flow of data, and if you control the data, you control the flow of money. By owning the infrastructure that everyone else has to rely on, they get a perfect view of all our behavior. It's a new kind of power, invisible, insidious, and incredibly profitable.
And this exact same shift, from making the product to owning the infrastructure, is happening in finance too. You've got PayPal, which represents the past, right? It was built for humans to pay other humans. But then you have Stripe. They're building the future, the financial plumbing for a world where our smart toasters are going to be day trading crypto with our self-driving cars.
So we've explored the castles and the kingdoms of this new digital world, but now it's time to dig deeper. It's time to go all the way down to the bedrock. Because underneath it all, there is one true king, the one element that makes everything else possible:
silicon. And right now, NVIDIA is the undisputed king of silicon. They're basically the OPEC of the AI revolution. Their Blackwell chips are the crude oil of the 21st century. But when you have that much power, that much importance in one single company, the risk becomes enormous. A single point of failure could send shockwaves through the entire global economy.
To put this into perspective, imagine there's a new global gold rush, but there's only one company in the entire world that sells shovels. That is the situation we're in with NVIDIA's chips. The demand is so insane, it's creating this digital gold rush where companies are hoarding these chips like they're the last supplies in an apocalypse.
And this hoarding leads to a brand new, very big problem that people are calling AI debt. It's like buying a Ferrari when you don't know how to drive. These companies are spending billions on all this AI horsepower, but a lot of them are just burning gas with no destination in mind. If they're not careful, they are going to crash and burn big time.
And this isn't just a corporate arms race anymore. Oh no. This is basically a new Cold War, but it's being fought with silicon instead of steel. A nation's power is no longer just measured in tanks and planes. It's measured in teraflops of processing power. The country that controls the chips, well, they control the future.
So there you have it. That's the architecture of our 2026 future. From the games we play to the invisible infrastructure we all depend on, it's all part of one single interconnected system. But the real question is, who's actually in control? And maybe more importantly, what does it all mean for us? As we step into this wild new world, the big question isn't if you'll be a part of it. You will be. The question is, what part will you play? Are you going to be the architect of your own digital destiny, or just another brick in someone else's wall? The choice is yours, for now.